Want to just AFK clear the last stage? Well, here's how to complete Lament Recon Solaris Soldier. This event is a Vampire Survivors-like game where you avoid the enemies by running around the map. Defeating them drops enhancement modules and sometimes buffs that can help you during the stage. More on that later. Let's first talk about which talents to get first. For talents, I would recommend unlocking all these nodes on the skill tree as you go down the line. The only exception where you want to focus on the items first is when you unlock this mechanism for Rampage Effect. Essentially, what Rampage Effect does is that it allows you to gain more enhancement modules so that you can buy more enhancements in the shop in between the stages. And the items that this node is going to give will help you enhance this Rampage Effect. So once you get this Rampage Effect, unlock this node and then continue down the skill tree. Then once you have nothing else left to unlock on the skill tree, that's where you want to focus on the items. However, before you finish the last stage, which is stage number 7, the Hell type mode, which gives another 100 so that you can get all the talents, you want to leave this node empty and this particular node empty. Like, you just don't want to unlock them. More on that later. So now, when we go into stage, up till stage 3 is where you'll be able to select another resonator, because that's where you start to unlock Hero Rover. And if Hero Rover feels too slow for you to use, you can always click on another resonator and you can just swap to Galbrana. Why do I say leave that node empty? Is because that particular node buffs beam weapon, and beam weapon is very slow. So if you're not a beam weapon enjoyer, you wouldn't need that node. For me, I enjoy using Galbrana and a lot more. Galbrana's weapon attacks really fast, so that's why it's easy for me to use. For Rover, you have to line up the enemies in order to ensure maximum efficiency of the Windblade users. Recon is easier because you just run around and leave monkeys on the field. And for Yuno is like just a Comet Strike or Meteor Strike. So between all of these resonators, Galbrana and Yuno are the easiest to use. As for their weapons, with each stage you will see like best fit resonator and weapon. Just follow these optimal combinations and you get some really cool combos. My best combo is Yuno's Blazing Star and Sanguine Wheel because it just obliterates everything whenever the meteor strikes. So that's something to look forward to when you do get the ultimate weapon. In the early stages of gameplay, your resonator skills are the ones dealing the most damage. To make the best use out of it, run in circles around the enemies so that you can group them up together and use the skill to defeat them all at once. The more enemies you defeat, the more enhancement modules they'll drop. They are not auto-collected however, so you should run to those coins and pick them up. The more coins you pick up, the more buffs you can buy in the shop that appears in between the waves. When you see buffs that has the word stacking in it, or buffs that increase your stats in some way, definitely make it a priority purchase. For example, the two best buffs for Yuno are this buff, which scales Yuno's weapon based on her HP, and this other buff, which increases her HP by 0.5% every time when 5 enemies or more are hit by her weapon. These are very strong scaling for Yuno, and the earlier you get them, the better you will fare later on. Other buffs you want to buy at the start are ones that increases your weapon levels, because the higher your weapon level, the stronger the effects of your weapon, which will make your stage clear way easier. For resonator buffs, prioritize buying pickup range and movement speed. Getting pickup range allows you to vacuum the coins much easier, and having faster movement speed allows you to run around the map much faster to pick up all the coins before the shop opens. For Yuno, you can also buy HP buffs since she scales off HP. For my favorite item is Liquid Market. Being able to refresh the shop 2 more times allows you to be picky with what modules you want to buy, which I would say for Yuno, you mainly want to focus on buffing up her weapon with attack speed, damage multipliers, crit rate, crit damage, basically everything, and avoid upgrading the third weapon by too much. You want to avoid the situation where the third weapon defeats an enemy and the 5 group enemy becomes a 4 group, which will then result in the HP scaling buff being cosmetic. My other favorite item is Asset Momentum for the last stage. That's because after wave 14 in Hell type mode, the shop will no longer open and you will be sitting on a lot of enhancement modules while you defeat wave after waves of enemies in the so-called infinite mode that comes after. Having asset momentum allows you to scale your crit damage as you gain more enhancement modules. Now before I forget, you want to pick the Sanguine Wheel as the morph weapon to pair up with your Uno weapon. They will form a really strong ultimate Uno weapon, and when done properly, once you gain your ultimate Uno weapon, you will be able to start AFKing in the last stage as she just rains down meteor on everything and everyone. Just remember to collect the enhanced modules so that you can buy buffs that beef up Uno's weapon further. And then yeah, you should be good to go after and just continue to AFK your way. Happy gaming, Rovers, and I'll see you in the next video.